The New Mexico desert was a physical weight, pressing down on the 3 remaining wagons. Chris Horn wiped grime from his forehead, his eyes fixed on a shimmering horizon that offered no hope. Inside the lead wagon, his 8-year-old son, Christian, lay shivering under a thin, dusty blanket. The boy's breathing was ragged, a shallow rhythm of a life fading after 11 days of relentless fever. Martha, her face gaunt and eyes rimmed with exhaustion, gripped the boy's small hand. Outside, the world was dying. Charlie leaned against a sun-scorched wheel, his voice hollow. "We're at the end of our rope, Chris. We need to turn back to St. Louis before the desert claims us all." Chris shook his head, his knuckles turning white as he gripped his heavy rifle. "Turning back is a death sentence. I will find water." He stepped away from the group, climbing a rocky ridge just 100 yards ahead. As he crested the rim, very air began to shimmer with a strange, violet static. He stumbled forward, but his boots didn't hit sand. They struck smooth, hot asphalt. The ancient silence of the desert was suddenly shattered by a terrifying mechanical roar. Chris dived to the side, his rifle discharging into the dirt as he scrambled away. A man named Joe stepped out of the diner, staring at Chris's buckskin clothes. "You almost got yourself killed, mister," Joe said, his voice laced with pure confusion. Chris stumbled inside, his eyes darting between a glowing jukebox and plastic menus. He felt the cold glass of a water bottle in his hand, a luxury he could not comprehend. A woman named Mary Lou cleaned the graze on his arm. Chris looked at the medicine she offered, small white tablets called penicillin. He realized, with a jolt of clarity, that this was the salvation his son needed. Then, his eyes locked onto a medical journal on the counter. Christian Horn, Jr., MD, pioneer in vaccine research. He grabbed the bottle of life-saving pills and sprinted back toward the ridge. He tumbled back over the rim, the 1,847 desert heat hitting him like a physical blow. Martha was there, looking up, her expression unchanged as if he had only been gone a second. "Did you forget something, Christian?" she asked softly. He pressed the bottle of tablets into her hand. "Give him 2 of these," he whispered. Chris turned to the wagons, his posture straightening with a newfound authority. "Boys, there's water ahead," he shouted, his voice ringing across the dunes. "We're going to California, and my son has a whole lot to accomplish there." As the wagons creaked forward into history, Joe and the sheriff stood on the ridge in 1961. Joe reached down and picked up the rifle Chris had dropped during his fall. The wood was rotted to dust, the metal pitted with a century of deep, orange rust, leaving only the mystery of a man who had stepped out of time to save his future.